Hey guys, Brian Fritz here from Network 126. Here today to talk about my new proposed show called Road Trek, which obviously is my version of Star Trek. Set in an alternate universe, in an alternate setting. Now, I'm going to answer some questions that some of you guys have been having about Road Trek. Going to talk about how I plan on running the show and how it's going to, because basically the magical thing about Road Trek and just YouTube in general and just producing these videos about anything, it doesn't even have to be Road Trek, is the income through AdSense grows. Now if you guys want to look more into that, there's plenty of stuff on Google, plenty of stuff even on YouTube which will teach you all about that. So anyway, look into that if you're interested so you can learn more about it, and you know, if you decide it's something you want to do, go ahead. So basically the cool thing about YouTubing is that you're able to bring in an income, and in today's economy when you're unable to go out and just get a, you know, as everybody likes to say, my critics, just go out and get a job, you know, quit being lazy, just go get a job. Well, the thing is, it's not that simple anymore. And the thing is, and I've come to discover this personally firsthand, is that there are just no more stable jobs out there.
Hi, how you doing?
Hey, are you guys happen to be hiring for anything right now?
We're not hiring right now. You can always get an application and we just keep it on file.
Curious, are you guys happen to be hiring right now?
You know, we're not currently hiring, but you're more than welcome to put an application online.
It's just low, but probably in summertime.
You can fill out an application and we'll definitely hold on to it if you want to.
There's no openings though? And, you know, because everybody tells me, oh, there's plenty of work out there, and I've already covered this in a bunch of videos. Basically, my point is, you know, you can go out and get a job and it'll be gone in, you know, 2-3 weeks or months, whatever, and then it goes out of business and rips you off. So my point is, there's no more stable jobs to be found, even if it does last a year or two, whatever, but it's still never enough. So I've got two issues at the moment, which many of you may be already well aware of, and that is that I live in a dining room, a 10x5 dining room with my dad and stepmom, and it's just, as I covered in a previous video about poverty taxing your brain, your cognitive function, your IQ level, and then trying to also, in my case, trying to become a video producer and film and edit. It's just it's not a very conductive environment to my personality and what I want to do. And I'm kind of also more of an introvert as well. I need my time alone, my space to myself, so I can concentrate and focus and plan and film and edit and all this good stuff. So, to kill two birds with one stone, I've decided to go with the RV, the full-time RV plan, because it's not only a means for survival and having a home, but it's also a means for video production, as far as, you know, like having privacy and basically having my own filming studio. And once I have this, I'm free to just, you know, Road Trek is going to be one show. That's going to be my little sci-fi special effects fun show that might even have its own channel. I'm also going to do, on the other hand, I'm going to do a real life adventure series, just going to be traveling around and talking about, you know, if I decide to like stop at random Home Depots, let's say, you know, along the way traveling across America, and I want to make some extra money, or maybe I just want to document it.
¿Cuántas horas?
Maybe I don't even really need the money because I'm making so much on YouTube already. So, you know, there's so many potentials, so many possibilities as far as fictional and real life. Also, you know, take into account I have all these other shows too, and all these other random things that I do too. You know, I have Brian's Insights, and I show off solar panels, off-grid living, I show close-ups of animals. I show random, you know, just anything. Cooking pizza with the power of the sun. Check that out with a giant Fresnel lens, you know, like a magnifying glass type thing. I'm going to show you guys what you can do when you take apart a projection screen TV. You know, one of those big ones that are like this big and they're like really fat before they started making those real thin little flat screens. I'm getting close to about 100 videos right now on YouTube. Just crossed over about 1,030 subscribers. So yeah, it's getting pretty exciting. And when I'm able, because also the thing is, living out of an RV, you don't need to be making $1,500, $2,000 a month. You could scrape by in the range of 600 to 1,000 or so. That would enable me to at least be a lot more independent. And you know, the thing is, there's the challenge of getting the RV in the first place, because I can sit here and do videos, you know, just randomly, and you know, take advantage of this free room that I got and film some videos in there, and go into my car and film a bunch of videos, and when I have the house to myself, film a bunch of videos and grow my channel that way. But by the time I get up to that point where I'm bringing in enough monthly from YouTube to be able to put enough away, you know, to realistically get this RV, which I plan on spending, depending on how much I get. Well, I ideally wouldn't like to spend anything really much below 8,000 to 10,000. The reason being, not because I'm being some picky prude ass, greedy ass. I mean, a $10,000 RV is still going to be something made in the 90s. Okay, so it's not even, you know, anything new and fancy, high tech. At least not yet, till I do my own little modifications to it. But I'm going to start off with just something that's decent, that's not, like, you know, too rusted out and falling apart. Just something that at least runs, it doesn't leak, and it's going to last me potentially the rest of my life. Because that's the way I see it. It's going to be my home and my studio and everything. You know, my entire life is going to revolve around it and through it, basically. So it is a very bold move, you know, this whole plan. I've been criticized for it a lot, but I've also been criticized in good ways for it and told how great of an idea it is, and given little ideas and little pointers here and there along the way. So it is something that's very feasible to do. I can't tell you how much I'm making off of AdSense right now. I know you guys are probably wondering that right now, but I'm actually not allowed to publicly be like announcing how much I'm making, because they don't like that. It's against their terms and conditions. So I will say that right now what I'm making is keeping me from starving and going totally broke. At least it is a monthly income, meaning at the end of every month I can always look forward to getting something from AdSense. Like I said, it's not a whole lot. It's not enough to move out of the dining room, but once I'm in this RV, and that's where I was getting at too with this, I've also tried, I'm currently actually already running one of those, you know, those crowdfunding sites, you know, like a Kickstarter, Indiegogo, stuff like that. Well, Donald Trump started this one called Fund Anything, and he's behind it, and it's linked to a bunch of you know, basically within the wealthy community, I guess, because he started. And so, like, you know, if I was Donald Trump and I made some new website, I'd be going to my rich friends, oh, hey, look, I just started this website. Well, at first I gotta mess up my hair to do that. This mess. And he might even end up watching this video, so hey, I can't really make fun of him, especially because he actually, it is a noble thing that he's doing, and he will, from time to time, I've heard and read that he will like pick little fundraiser campaigns and personally contribute partial or even full amounts to people's campaigns. So that's very exciting. If I can get that kind of level of excitedness in the wealthy community or just out in general, because ideally I'd like to get about 30 grand to do this properly. I could do it with less, but if I spend about maybe 10 grand or so on an RV, then have the other kind of like 15-20 grand put away as a nest egg for repairs if I break down. Need to like if I want to put solar panels on it, which I do, which will keep me off grid and totally independent. That is something to do. So I'm gonna need money because there's gonna be a lot of things to do. So and it's gonna take time to build up that income to a level to where I'm able to sustain myself, bringing in between 600 to 1,000. And then once that nest egg runs out, or if I'm making an off of YouTube sooner than I think, I'll just start living off of that money and keep that money in the nest egg. So that's, you know, a lot of people criticize how I'm going to fund all this. Well, that's how I'm going to fund it. So if you really look into the idea and think about my plan, and you'll see that it is something that's very feasible. It's a real solid plan. And I already have the talent for video production and editing. I'd be able to do a really kick-ass job with this. Not to toot my own horn too much, but I'm pretty good with what I do, and I'm constantly getting better and improving.
Warning. Reactor temperature at critical level.
So logic would follow that I would continue getting better and better and better and better at it, and producing more eye-opening content. So with that being said, I'll leave you guys with some new thoughts to think about. And check out the rest of my channel, Network 126. That is youtube.com/Network 126, all one word. Check that out, and check out all my videos, subscribe to my channel. And if you can afford to donate to contributing some towards my RV, I humbly appreciate it from the bottom of my heart, because every little dollar goes a long way. And those of you who have donated, you know who you are. And I say thank you very, 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 very fucking much, because it's just, you know, having you guys to support me, it's great. And this is a temporary thing. I don't want to be that. I got to clear this out of the air real quick. I'm not just looking for handouts. I'm looking for a help to get this RV so that I can begin to sustain myself financially and be independent, rather than just going and saying, well, I just want $1 million. Just give me $1 million. I'll spend a little on an RV, and I'll just, you know, kick back and live the good life for the rest of my life and not have to work another day in my life. No, that is not the case. The RV is my means for survival, to make my own damn money, you know? So anyway, this camera is going to stop recording any minute because I got a cheap camera. It stops recording after about 15 to 20 minutes. Somewhere in there, it kind of varies. It's weird. I also want to upgrade my camera to a real camcorder. So anyway, I'll leave you guys with that. Adios. Peace out. And I will close out with a little picture of Road Trek. See that? See that, guys? I made all that, by the way, on Photoshop. The logo and everything. My Network 126 logo I'm talking about. Started off with a stock image of an RV and cleaned it all up. Added some Enterprise decals. Anyway, I'm going off. Pretty excited about all that. I've planned the whole thing in my mind. Well, not the whole thing, but all of the concepts and the things that are kind of like set in stone. It's going to be very, very based off of Star Trek. It's be very fun. So, adios.
Warning. Reactor temperature at critical level.